The animal of the day, April 14th, is the extinct Gastornis. Type: flightless bird. Diet class, likely herbivore. Average lifespan, estimated to be 20 to 40 years. Height, up to 8 feet or 2.4 meters. Total length, up to 9.8 feet or 3 meters. Weight, up to 660 pounds or 300 kilograms. Population status currently April 14, 2025, extinct. Population estimate, none, extinct. Native lands, Europe, North America, and possibly Asia. Primary habitat, temperate to subtropical woodlands, forests, coastal plains, floodplains, open woodlands, and shrublands. Main predators, mesonychids, creodonts, crocodilians, and large predatory birds. Diel activity, likely diurnal. Species age, emerged 56 million years ago and extinction occurred 34 million years ago. Notes: the Gastornis is an extinct genus of large, flightless birds that lived during the mid-Paleocene to Miocene epochs of the Paleogene period. Most fossils of the Gastornis genus have been found in Europe, but some fossils have been found in North America and Asia, but these species are debated on their taxonomic classification. The Gastornis is generally agreed to be related to the Gallonceae, a group containing the waterfowl and game birds. The Gastornis genus was first described in 1855 from a fragmentary skeleton that was discovered in clay formation deposits at Meudon, near Paris, France. The Gastornis genus has been determined to hold 7 species, but 5 are actually recognized while the others are debated based on insufficient fossils and the likely case that some are synonyms. Some recognized fossils include Gastornis parisiensis, which is the type species, and Gastornis giganteus, the largest species and most well-known, with the 2 debated species being Gastornis geiselensis from Germany due to limited discoveries and fossil fragments, and Gastornis xichuanensis from China, which is considered to either be dubious or belonging to a different lineage. The Gastornis genus held generally very large birds with huge beaks and massive skulls superficially similar to the carnivorous South American feruceracids or terror birds. Unlike other species of Gastornis, the Gastornis giganteus species lacked the characteristical grooves and pits on the underlying bone, and the lip of the beak was straight and had no raptorial hook like a feruceracid. A long-standing debate surrounding Gastornis is the interpretation of its diet, since it was often depicted as a predator of contemporary small mammals such as the early Horsiohippus. However, due to the size of the Gastornis legs, the bird would have had to have been more agile to catch fast-moving prey than the fossils suggest it to have been. It was then suspected that Gastornis may have been an ambush hunter or used pack hunting techniques to pursue or ambush prey, and if it was a predator, it would have certainly needed some other means of hunting prey through the dense forest. Alternatively, the Gastornis could have used its strong beak for consuming large or strong vegetation. Biomechanical analysis of the Gastornis skull suggests that the jaw-closing musculature was enormous, and since the lower jaw is very deep, resulting in a lengthened moment arm of the jaw muscles, it was strongly suggested that Gastornis could have generated a powerful bite force. It was also proposed that the Gastornis skull was overbuilt for an herbivorous diet and that it was an actual carnivore, using its powerful beak to subdue struggling prey and crack open bones to extract marrow. Although others have noted the apparent lack of predatory features in the skull, such as a prominently hooked beak, as well as footprints from a gastornithid showing that it lacked strongly hooked talons on the hind legs, which would evidently prove that Gastornis was a specialized herbivore, or maybe even an omnivore, and possibly used its beak to crack open hard foods like nuts and seeds. The plumage of Gastornis has generally been depicted in art as a hair-like covering similar to some rhytites due to some fibrous strands being recovered from a Green River Formation deposit at Roan Creek, Colorado. However, subsequent examination has shown the fossil material to not actually be feathers but root fibers. A second possible Gastornis feather was identified, though, also from the Green River Formation, and unlike the filamentous plant material, The feather resembled the body feathers of flighted birds, being broad and veined, though it was tentatively identified as a possible Gastornis feather based on its size, measuring 9.4 inches or 23.9 centimeters long, suggesting that it must have belonged to a giant bird. Every day is a new animal, so subscribe for more.